So today I want to talk about the Great Resignation. And I know that you all are familiar with that term. And employees have been resigning from their positions at a rapid rate. One of the reasons for this is because of the pandemic. However, that is not the only reason. When employees are dissatisfied with their position, pay, management, those are all contributing factors. And it is very imperative that companies, small businesses, large companies, understand the importance of building strong relationships with their employees. And what does that look like? Actually engaging with the employees, providing feedback, getting feedback from employees, and actually listening and willing to make changes. You can't continue to operate using the same procedures and policies and expect to get new results. Employees are people, they're not numbers, and they're not machines. It has to take a collaborative effort in order to make the workplace successful. So when that doesn't happen, we wound up with things like the Great Resignation. And that makes it hard for everyone at the company, especially the employees that are left behind. In most cases, it triples the workload because the workload is already double, and that's why some of the employees are leaving because they're not getting a work-life balance. They're overworked, underpaid, they don't feel valuable. So the employees that are left are really suffering. So the mindset of leadership has to change. There has to be a shift. And many companies pride themselves on being change agents and promoting change in the workplace. But when it comes down to actually implementing those changes, they fall short. You have to be willing to change with the times. Unfortunately, these are very unsettling times, and companies have to understand that you have to value your employees. There's no other way around it. So you need to revamp policy, you need to revamp procedures, and take a look at your mission statements and your core values. What are those really saying? If you're saying you value the people, we have a heart for our employees, it needs to show. Your employees should not feel that they cannot come and have a conversation with you to express their concerns. The lines of communication really needs to be open. And I want you to hear me very well. Stop saying money is not a factor, because it takes money to run a business and it takes money to keep a business. So when the conversation comes about pay, don't shy away from that topic. Have an honest conversation, because you may need to revalue your budget. So it's insane to think that monetary issues aren't relevant in the workplace, because that's true. It's not the only factor, but it is a factor. So be willing to have those honest conversations. Be willing to do the evaluations and make those changes. Because if it's not happening in your workplace, then the term Great Resignation is going to be here for a while, and it's going to make things a lot harder. So now is the time to start reevaluating things, having those honest conversations with management and with the employees. Don't leave the employees out of the equation when it comes down to making decisions. Have those honest conversations, have focus groups, utilize those employee surveys, because a lot of employees don't like taking those surveys because they feel like no one listened to them. So make sure that the information that you're gathering from these surveys, that you're actually doing something positive with them. Have focus groups, schedule time to talk to your employees. Because if you open up a forum for them to be honest, they will.